For dinner we're having that pizza skillet. It's linked in the description. Some garlic bread I found in the freezer, and a side salad. I totally forgot to record what's for dinner. It's homemade fries. All I had were red potatoes, so that's what I used.
I'm gonna give it to you, it's for me.
And my fry sauce, and then it's steak.
Facts.
How's your steak, babe?
Orgasmic.
That's buttermilk in the top. You want to hold it? You want to hold the camera? Tonight for dinner, we are having my husband found some dinner rolls in the freezer. I found some meatloaf left over from week 1 that was in the freezer. I'll link that recipe below. It's really easy. I think you use just a Lipton onion packet and some Ritz crackers. I have some corn, some steamables corn, and some garlic and thyme mashed potatoes. And that's what's for dinner. Tonight we're having stuffed bell peppers with a side salad. For dinner we are having Alice chicken, the leftover mashed potatoes from a couple days ago, and a side salad. For dinner we are having 1-pan chicken dinner and some buns I found in the freezer, green beans and potatoes, and chicken. Tonight for dinner we're having smoked sausage pizza skillet. I'll have the link for this in the description. Pretty simple ingredients, so let me pull those and we'll get started. So we've got our smoked sausage, some mozzarella, button mushrooms, olive oil, penne, pepperoni, marinara sauce, and are you better now? Do you just want held all the time? We've got our skillet with the olive oil, our water about to boil for the penne, and we're just going to throw it all together, sounds like. So I'm just browning the sausage and softening the mushrooms in that olive oil and boiling my pasta, or fasta if you are my 2-year-old. About a half a teaspoon salt. Yes, that was a half a teaspoon, fight me. And I'm going to measure the same way with the Italian seasoning, and then probably just not measure it all and end up dumping a whole bunch in. I couldn't record myself dumping in the Italian seasoning because I like to put it in my hand and then rub my hands together and kind of break up the dry seasoning. I feel like that opens it up a little bit. I could be making that up in my head, I don't know, but that's what I do with dry seasoning most of the time. I threw in my very roughly chopped pepperoni because I only have one hand. And then I'm going to throw in my pasta and marinara sauce. But I can't show that because I only have one arm. And I can't hold a camera and a baby and marinara sauce. I'm just going to dump that in there and then add the noodles when they're done to it. And I'll be right back. I've dumped in the marinara and the cooked penne. I'm just going to mix it around. And then I'll spread the cheese on top and stick it under the broiler, and it's done. That was incredibly easy to do, but stand by, I'll let you know how it tastes. My husband loves this dressing. It's just a packet of salad dressing mix. It's so much better than the bottled anything, even though it's the same brand as a lot of the bottles. It's just oil, vinegar, and water. And my OXO salad shaker, I just measure it all in there and shake it. And it's the most convenient, wonderful thing ever. That's what it looks like coming out of the oven, and it's ready to serve.
Come here, let's put this right here. You come on.
For dinner, we're having frozen, well, it was frozen. It was meatloaf that I made, I think, in week 1. I just found it, totally forgot about it, so we're gonna have that. Cranberry sauce that I've left over from the holidays that was in the freezer. I'm gonna have that. My husband hates it, but for some reason I feel like the cranberry sauce is gonna go good with this meatloaf, for whatever reason. Then I do not like instant mashed potatoes at all, but I've acquired them and here they are in my pantry, so I'm going to use them. gonna be just fine.
That's disgusting.
Just fine. And then we're gonna have sweet corn. Still have fresh thyme, and I'm going to just crush mince some fresh garlic into these potatoes. Alright, this is how I make the Alice chicken. I've got this marinating in the Worcestershire sauce. I have the sauteed mushrooms and the bacon that I burned-ish half of over to the side there. Set all this chicken on the pan, broil it 5 minutes each side, top it with the bacon and cheese, and then finish it with honey mustard dressing and mushrooms. It should be pretty simple. Alright, I am really, unless this recipe is amazing, I'm not making it again. I've never broiled chicken. I don't know that I'm going to start. I've broiled to finish, but not to cook the entire time. It just, maybe I'm just having a rough day, but this one I broiled, these ones I haven't, because I don't know what I'm going to do, you guys. It looks nothing like the picture. The picture's got bacon on top of everything, but it said down here to put the bacon and then the cheese and then the dressing and then the mushrooms. So it looks a little strange, but we're gonna try it out. Let you know. Check the description to see what we thought. This recipe is just for canned green beans, some chicken and potatoes, and then you sprinkle Italian seasoning all over the top and drizzle it with a whole ½ cup of butter. I marinated the chicken in this zest. It's been in the fridge for a few hours, and I think that's going to be a really essential step as to whether or not this tastes good. So, if you do make this, probably marinate it, but I don't know if I recommend it just yet. Instinct was to use something larger than a 9x13 pan, but I didn't, and I should have. But I'm committed now. And I just covered it with aluminum foil. I'm going to stick the oven for 350 for an hour.